What's going on, everyone? How's everyone doing? How's everyone doing? How's everyone doing? I hope everyone's doing good. How's everyone doing today? Welcome. Just gotta fix something real fast, but I want to know how's everyone doing today? Is everyone doing good? I hope everyone's doing good wherever you're watching me. Hello, everyone. My name is Celso Garcia. I'm a union activist, right? A union activist and a guy that is very active. You know what's my specialty? My specialty is doing deep research, pissing people off because of my deep research into topics. And it doesn't always work out for me, right? Especially not in the workplace, right? Especially not in the workplace. They hate it when I do things the way I do things. A lot of people hate it because I fight for the working people. Not everyone likes that, but now finally, even the Democrats are starting to embrace that. They're starting to embrace that, right? They're starting to embrace the fact that working people need a change in our society. For Chuck Schumer to acknowledge that change is going to happen and they're going to embrace the left wing of the Democratic Party is self-preservation, right? He was on the fire, he was being attacked, he was like ready to melt down. The midterms are in 88 days, and he realized that his strategy was a failing strategy, right? He finally was able to admit that his strategy was a failed strategy. And so now he's pivoting and embracing the big tent aspect of that he's going to follow the big tent policy, right? He's going to follow the big tent policy of embracing um, democratic socialism in America, right? Let's listen to this Fox News digital report. They're melting down over it.
On politics today.
If people want to say we're un-American, I say
They're interviewing democratic socialists,
we're doing the most American thing you could possibly do.
There's a bunch of
right? Says double
political
down.
opinions with regards to the AOC question, the presidency, but me personally, I absolutely believe AOC should run, and I believe that she will win.
I think more than likely a socialist presidency will happen.
It's getting people nervous, right? Getting people nervous that possibly a person like Alexandra Ocasio-Cortez will be running for president, and that the Democratic Party is embracing the left flank of its party.
And DSA has committed to running a candidate for the presidency in 2028.
Lisa. I think taxing the rich. I think the interests of the billionaire class just has a vice on politics today.
If people
So Chuck Schumer, they're claiming, is embracing the Democratic Socialism of America and allowing the candidates to be embraced. They started running ads for Abdul al Sayed, uh, and so they would they made a big mistake, right? With Zohran Mandani, right? There was Zohran Mandani, right? There was Zohran Mandani that the party failed to embrace. Hakeem Jeffries refused to support him. Chuck Schumer refused to support him. He refused to endorse him. He refused to embrace him. Now they realize that this young energy of the party is what drove Obama to win, drove a lot of people to win, right? So they have to embrace this young energy of door knockers, of canvassers, of phone bankers. They have to embrace this. If not, the Democratic Party will become obsolete. The leadership will be removed and voted in people that care more about the working people, right? They'll put people in that actually care about the working people, right? That's their biggest worry and their biggest concern. That's why they take a different tack with Abdul Sayed, even though he's not a democratic socialist, but he's energizing force. And for the Democratic Party to keep gaining and embracing the working people, which was the base of the Democratic Party for years, right? The working people, working class, the unions, the workers, not the corporations, not the rich. That's what propelled the Democratic Party to have control of the country for more than 20 years. So now they're realizing that this is a force that they shouldn't be fighting, but a force that they should be embracing, right? This is a force that they should be embracing and not fighting against, right? Because the Republicans are trying to court, right? They're trying to court the blue collar workers, right? They're trying to bring them into the Republican Party, even if they're anti-worker, anti low wage people. They're gonna do that because they know there's more working people than there are rich people, right? They want to keep them appeased. That's why Donald Trump is now trying to recalibrate his message to work with working people, right? So he took action right now uh, on U.S. mining, right? To expand mining and allow mines to thrive, right? Because he knows that without the blue collar workers and the working people, the Republican Party will not be alive anymore, right? So he knows that. So he's pivoting back to a populist message, which is what he ran on. He ran on no new wars, improving the economy, improving grocery prices, redoing manufacturing in America, revitalizing the mining industry, right? That's what he ran on. So now he's like, you know what? I'm at 66% disapproval rating. 33% of people approve of me. Let me go back to what I gotta do to make sure that my party stays in power.
Named Hillary Clinton, and she wanted the miners of West Virginia to learn how to make chips, little tiny chips with their big strong hands. And they They were not, I won by 55 points. They were not thrilled. They didn't want to be doing, they wanted to be in the mines. That's what they want to do. They want.
I doubt anyone wants to be in the mines. People just want to make
They don't
enough
want to do
money
anything else.
to survive. People just want to make enough money to survive. That's what they want. They want to have a job, be able to come home, make money, and survive. I don't think people want to be in the mines. People don't want to be in the mine, right? That's not what people want. I doubt it. I doubt that's what people want.
I remember that. It was so unbelievable. It was very, very good for me. I tell you what, she didn't get that. We did very well with that kind of thinking. And they want to mind. You know, I've seen it, and we had a little campaign against somebody named Hillary Clinton. And she wanted the miners of West Virginia to learn how to make chips, little tiny chips.
So he's claiming that he's going to revamp mining, that he signed executive orders, revamping mining in West Virginia and many other places, make it easier for mining companies to be able to run their operations, right? So now even Fox News is embracing people like Abdul al-Sayed. Is this instead of attacking him?
Couldn't do it. And so say what you want about him. This guy is a force that Mike Rogers is going to have to deal with. You got to respect Abdul because he beat the machine. Big Gretch, Pelosi, Schumer. He slaughtered them. 30 mil, couldn't do it. And so say what you want.
It was more like 60 million. Abdul al-Sayed was outspent 10 to 1, right? And for him to acknowledge even that Abdul ran a good campaign, it's a lot, right? For him. It's a lot for him. He's grinding his teeth right now, having to acknowledge that Abdul ran a good campaign, right? He's grinding his teeth right now. And so they're saying that Hassan Piker, who refused to vote for Kamala Harris, is calling for Marxist-Leninist punishment against Democrats who don't back el-Sayed. He said Democrats should be punished for factionism, right? So now they're going hard on against Hassan. And all they do is rile against Hassan Piker. That's all they do. They attack Hassan Piker all day, every day. I don't understand why they hate him so much. They don't like anyone that speaks their mind, I told you. Like me. They don't like somebody that speaks their mind, that has no.
Why you can't. This is why you have to have discipline. This is why you have to abide by the party line. Okay? You can't be out here doing that. You can't be out here saying like, "Oh, I'm a centrist Democrat and I think Abdul is a bridge too far." That must be punished.
I think it should be punished.
Okay? If there's one Marxist-Leninist doctrine that the Democratic Party should deploy, it's that. Okay? Follow the party line. Sure, we'll have robust democracy, a robust democratic back and forth internally within the party. But once that's over, once the winner is declared, no more factionalism. It's over. Abide by the party line. Notice how whenever someone comes out and says, yeah, that's actually a bad association.
What do you think? Do you agree with Hassan Piker on that everyone should fall in line and support Abdul Al Sayed? I mean, Abdul is the best candidate right now in Michigan. No matter how much they attack him, they're going to spend big money. They started pumping out ads already. All right, so you live update: U.S. hiring slumps, a worrying sign for the economy, right? So let's listen to a little bit more about Abdul Al Sayed in Michigan, and then we're gonna move on to other races. I'm covering a little bit of everything, everyone. So bear with me. Enjoy the show. Enjoy the show. That's the way I am, all over the place, but pissing people off. So I'll piss some people off in Michigan, then I'll move on and piss people off somewhere else. That's what I do.
Hey, friends, these are job numbers, and you don't really want them to go like down like this. You usually want them to go up like this.
Exactly. Abdul is right.
But it kind of makes sense because, well, Donald Trump is president.
Yeah. He's crashing the economy.
And then he spent
No
more
one wants to
time
admit it.
fighting a war we don't need to fight to teach the Ayatollahs
He's destroying our economy and you're
that
just
they have a
standing by.
chokehold on our economy, wasting our money, raising our gas prices. And then, of course, there's a whole bunch of tariffs in a trade war that he's done with everyone. Mike Rogers, who I'm running against for US Senate, basically wants to be a rubber stamp on all this. And he wants to take as much money from those corporations so that he can enrich himself when he's done from the Senate, which is exactly what he did when he left the Congress to move to a McMansion from Florida. The choice should be clear. We need policies that are going to stand up to corporations and stupid wars so that we can invest in small businesses and create the jobs that people need and deserve so that we can all afford the things that we need to buy. Not that hard. We could do better. Hey, friends.
There you go. Abdul is counter messaging, showing us what Mike Rogers has agreed to, right? Or showing us what Mike Rogers has agreed to. The reality is that we got to keep electing people like this, like Abdul Al Sayed. He's the best candidate for the job. Even if you don't like it, he's the best person for the job. We don't need no more corporate Democrats. We don't need no more corporate people that are in the pocket of corporations that don't want to work for working people. Imagine electing your boss, electing the company you work for to run the show. How would you think they would treat you, right? How do you think they would treat you? You're just a number, right? Hey, you're just a number. You don't want to be treated like a number. So you got to elect people like this. You got to elect people like Zohran Mandani. You got to elect AOC. There's a whole bunch of people, Chris Rab, a lot of people, politicians that work for the working people, don't take any money from big corporations like Abdul. Doesn't take money from big corporations, takes only small donors' money. So I appreciate every single one of you. Watch my other videos in my profile, subscribe, follow, hit the share button, and let's keep going, people. Let's make this channel grow, but we can only grow with your help. Hit the subscribe, hit the share button, hit every button there is to make it a positive algorithm. Thank you so much. I'm Celso Garcia signing off. I'll be back on tomorrow. Sorry, tonight. All right. Have a good night. I'll see you later.